Yes, that's what I was
I can
thinking.
tolerate bravery. I know we are Indians.
Berries, yeah.
Berries.
So she wanted to feed Lord Ram. So in order that Lord Ram shouldn't get any spoil or any non-sweetened sour berry. So she tasted each of them, and ones which were sweet, she offered it to Lord Ram. And she was from a background which was not, there was a caste system, so she was from a lower caste, and the god, and Ram was considered as a god. So she broke it.
Nice. I really appreciate that.
And there is one more thing that Lakshman was actually, very furious, and he was like throwing it like, and so he was very, why is it happening? Why is she even doing this thing to Lord Ram? So that was one thing,
True.
Yeah.
So as you guys guessed it, Shabari was belonging to a lower caste or a lower caste community called as the Shabari tribe, if we can call it that way in the modern day context. And when I was reading about that lady, I think what made her outcast and what made her disliked by many people was that she wanted to pursue the Brahma Gyan. She wanted to get educated and gain the knowledge which sages possessed. So when she was in the earlier stage, when she was young, she went to many of these sages and the ashrams to ask her and to make her own disciple. But she was rejected. And it was only one sage, and that was Sage Matang, who actually accepted her and kept her under a fold. And eventually when the sage died, she was there in the ashram, and that is when the incident which Sarthak narrated happened. Now what made me question is that, as he said, that she was from a lower caste community, and Lord Ram actually had berries which were laced with the saliva of a lower caste woman, and that too of lower caste. There are two foundations which are breaking here. So when priests in the modern day context say that Dalits have spoiled this Yajna Kund, they have spoiled the sanctity of this temple, that they have broken the norms of society, I think it's a punch on the face of all these priests who say that in the name of Lord Ram that we are guiding it. So next time when you hear, just remind yourself of the stories which were written back down in our ancient texts, the great Indian epic, of how these traditions have been challenged. Now second question. When I say bodyguard, what picture comes to your mind? Bodyguard, yeah?
Someone who is very well built and has a really muscular body.
True, muscular and body build, yes?
Salman Khan.
Salman Khan actually.
Okay, anyone else? Any other?
All in black, bulky, brutal.
True. Okay. So in Ramayana we have a mention of a lady bodyguard. And guess who? It was Lankini.
Okay.
Lankini was guarding the gates of the big empire of Lanka. Just imagine a bodyguard, a woman bodyguard guiding and guarding the gates of Lanka, the city which had the maximum gold which one could even imagine. Swarna ki Nagri, Swarna Nagri bolte the Lanka. So imagine trusting a woman bodyguard, and she was as musculature as you could imagine. She was built with the intense stone. Eventually, she died when she was attacked by Hanuman when she was entering the gates of Lanka. But that's a different story. So at that time, we had a mention of a lady who was stepping out at least of the patriarchal fold in which women are not seen into the guards and security guards, though we have today, but at such a grand scale, a lady guarding the city. So think about it, how evolved our society was at that time. The third question, which Toastmaster Himanshu recalled very beautifully in the first segment. Shurpanakha. Can anyone narrate this incident? What happened with Shurpanakha? Anyone? Yeah.
Shurpanakha wanted to lure Lord Ram in the absence of Sita Mata. So
that's it. Yeah, indeed.
And then Lakshman cut her nose. Yeah.
Alright, so putting it all together, the Shurpanakha, the word itself is etymology. If you focus on the etymology, it's focused on Shurpanakha. Shurpa means curved and Nakha means nails. So curved nails, as someone I think said. So she was a lady who was, skilled in the art of seduction, because she tried to lure Lord Ram and Lord Lakshman to marry her. And eventually when they didn't agree with her desires, she got mutilated, her nose and her ears got cut by the sword. Now this is a very kind of a violent inaction against women, I think, which is not even seen in today's scenario. And today if you do it, you are straight away sent behind the bars. And why is it so? Why do you think that she was mutilated? Why?
I guess she attacked.
She attacked, okay. Anyone else? Why do you think that Shurpanakha was?
Because, Lakshman kind of warned her many times
Yeah.
but
and
she
didn't
never
listen.
she didn't listen.
Yeah.
So that was the end result.
True. So in this scenario, if you just forget the characters, then think about where all these characters come over. So Lord Ram is apostle of civilization, of a cultured life where monogamy is favored. Ekam patni vatha. He would have only
Yes.
one wife.
Yes.
And Shurpanakha, she is from a Rakshasi clan. She comes from a background where nature and wild, and she is untamed and she is raw. Because she is a woman who lives where there are no laws applied. She lives in the time where on Valentine's Day it's appropriate for a woman to express a desire. It's okay for a woman to have desire and even accept and even propose a man. Yeah, so indeed on Valentine's Day we are always seeing that man proposing on the knees to women, but here there is a woman in the opposite stand. So I think that there was a completely different story which was going on there. And what is more appropriate here to understand is that there never in our history there is one correct perspective. From Lord Ram's perspective, he was correct. From Shurpanakha's perspective, she was correct because they come from a different background. So before attacking a woman, before just coming to conclusion that she's bad, she's Rakshasi, she's wild, see where they're coming from. And that's what I personally take from women's perspective from these three pathbreaking women. So I leave the stage open for you to have your own musings and what you want to take back from these women, because this is my Sitayan and I take this learning.